Hey, what's up? Mrparka here to do another review for the DVD Fiends. I'm shooting it way early because I might not have time, but the movie I'm going to review is, it's mainstream, but it's kind of cool because it's not released in the United States yet. I ordered the UK DVD of it, Survival of the Dead. You guys know I'm a huge Romero nut. Dawn of the Dead 1978 is my all-time favorite movie. I've seen it tons of times. Day of the Dead and Night of the Living Dead are close seconds. I love the trio. I adore the trio. Survival of the Dead. I'm going to talk about the Dead films just for a second beforehand, so you guys know where I stand on them. I love the first original trio. I love those movies. Land of the Dead I thought was alright. I mean, it's hard to beat his original trio. They don't make movies like they did when he was making movies, so he can't make the same movies anymore. Diary of the Dead, I thought it was alright when I saw it. And the more and more I see it, it's just, there's moments of genius in it, but I just didn't care for it. I thought the political satire was shoved down your throat way too much. I thought it was the acting was just too bad. There's a couple cool characters, but I didn't really, all I thought it was a major disappointment of the movie. Survival of the Dead, didn't really know what to think about it, and what it was going to be like, but, so basically you guys know the plot. Is two clans that are on an island and they're feuding about whether the dead should be killed or the dead should be kept alive. Maybe there's a cure to train them, whatever. You know, kind of the idea in Day of the Dead, and also kind of the idea in Dawn of the Dead original when they're in the apartment complex and they're holding them alive. Survival of the Dead does suffer from some awful CGI special effects that really take away from the viewing experience.
Go on. Son of a bitch.
Heads on a pike that are shot is really bad. At the very beginning, heads exploded. But after you get past that, there's some decent scenes of action. And after the really crappy intro, I thought, it gets pretty entertaining. I enjoyed myself. Watching it, I wasn't mad. And I thought it was a notch better than Diary of the Dead, and probably a little bit better than Land of the Dead, actually. Some of the characters I enjoyed more. There's a nice shootout, there's some action, there's some gore. Oh, there's some real good gore in here. Dives into the idea a little bit more. I must say that now we know what happens when zombie flesh is ingested into the system. There's a couple cool scenes, like the zombies in the bottom of the water that sunk down to the bottom, they're trying to grab them. That's cool. There's a couple original ideas in here for Romero. Romero kind of elaborates more on it, like he always does, just a tad bit. And you know, this one was worth the watch. I mean, the main guy, Crockett, I think his name is, or whatever it is. Basically, he's in this one from Diary. This kind of a weird stretch how they make it seem. He doesn't even seem like the same character, really. He seems way better of a guy in this one than he did in Diary. Diary, he seems like a piece of shit. He's like... But I actually was happy with Survival of the Dead. You know, I might have to watch it a couple more times before I make my full opinion on it, because sometimes you'll rewatch it and you'll be like, what was I thinking? That sucked. Sometimes you'll rewatch it and you'll be like, that was way better than I anticipated, and I should give it more credit. It depends on these movies, especially a Romero movie now, because the surroundingness of it, the things that surround the Romero movies now is just like, people are like, it fucking sucks, or it's way better than expected. You know, there's just a lot of hype around these movies now, so you never know what to expect. So I did enjoy it for what it was. I thought that the Flanagan or O'Flynn, the guy, his clan, I thought he was a cool character. I thought some of his lines were really cool, and I thought he was just a cool old school Irish guy. And then
Well, boys, may you get to heaven a few seconds before the devil knows you're dead. Thanks.
was kind of he played the villain, but he not necessarily a villain. The movie basically kind of plays at how stubborn people can be, and who's really right or wrong. No one cares after a while. It's just the stubbornness of winning, coming out on top, and yeah, that movie it portrayed that pretty well in this one. Unlike, I don't think Diary of the Dead succeeded in its message as much as Survival of the Dead did succeed in its message, I believe. So therefore, it makes it a better movie. There's some good gore, of course. I know Romero fans are looking for that. You take out the CGI crap. There's some of that crap, but some of the gore is pretty good. I mean, a couple people get ripped to pieces, and an animal gets ripped to pieces, which is kind of insane. But yeah, one guy, you get to see his spinal cord. That's pretty gross stuff. Yeah, but if you're a Romero fan, you gotta get it anyways. You're gonna get it anyways, so it doesn't really matter what I say. But if you're a zombie man, a typical zombie fan, go ahead and check it out. I think you'll like it. Don't hold it on a pedestal. Don't compare it to Night, Dawn, and Day, because it's not Night, Dawn, and Day, and nothing will ever be Night, Dawn, and Day again. Well, at least not for this guy, because those movies have a nostalgic feel as well. That I grew up with them, and I love them, and I know they're good films on top of that, so it's like nothing will beat those movies. Not even Survival of the Dead. I did enjoy Survival of the Dead, though. So thank you. Have a good one. Bye.